You might have heard that Sasuke taught Boruto nearly all the moves and techniques he knew. Boruto has all the knowledge of Sasuke's fighting style in his mind, to the point where Sasuke had nothing more to teach him. Well, in this video, I'll explain how Boruto now fights like Sasuke, and even changes some of Sasuke's Rinnegan abilities to suit himself, so that his moves still work in a similar way, even though he doesn't have the Rinnegan. I'll be breaking down Boruto's fight against Jura to show you exactly how Boruto fights like Sasuke, even without the Sharingan and Rinnegan. So what is the fighting style that both Boruto and Sasuke use? Sasuke and Boruto both fight using a mix of strategy, Kenjutsu, and carefully chosen ninjutsu. They do this to make sure their attacks are effective and help them finish fights as quickly as possible. The reason they fight like this is because they often go on solo missions as Shadow Hokages, which means they have to save their strength and chakra, especially during long or difficult battles. By using Kenjutsu for most of the fight, which is a type of taijutsu that mostly uses physical skill and stamina, not chakra, they're able to save more chakra and energy for when they really need it. Boruto was able to use this style of fighting against Jura, even though Jura was stronger than him. He had the 3 signature moves that Sasuke often uses, which Boruto also used in his fight against Jura, in a similar way to how Sasuke fights. The first signature move is where Sasuke throws his sword near the enemy, then uses one of his Rinnegan abilities to switch places with the blade. This lets him quickly get close to the enemy and attack with ninjutsu. Boruto doesn't have the Rinnegan, but he has found a way to do a similar move using the Flying Raijin Jutsu. In Boruto's fight against Jura, he realized that his Vanishing Rasengan didn't work and that he couldn't read Jura's movements. So Boruto figured out that the only way to bring down Jura was by using Uzuhiku. But there was a problem. Boruto can absorb planetary chakra while flying or jumping around dodging Jura's 10 tails wood style attacks. To absorb chakra from the planet, both of Boruto's feet need to be touching the ground. So Boruto let himself get caught by one of Jura's wood style jutsu attacks. While being caught, Boruto dropped his blade on purpose, and it landed in the sand where Jura could see it. Jura picked up the blade, just as Boruto planned. To make the trap work better, Boruto acted angry. He told Jura that the blade was very special, something he had borrowed from his master. Boruto warned Jura that if he damaged it, he would suffer a fate worse than death. This made Jura drop his guard because he thought he was holding something that mattered deeply to Boruto. But in reality, Boruto was secretly absorbing planetary chakra through his feet, which were touching the ground underneath the wood style jutsu that trapped him. He only needed to absorb enough planetary chakra to hit Jura with Uzuhiku, so Jura would suffer from its side effects. Then while Jura was still holding the blade, Boruto used the Flying Raijin to teleport straight to the blade in Jura's hands and hit him with the Rasengan Uzuhiku. While Sasuke uses his Rinnegan to switch places with his blade to attack enemies, Boruto uses his Flying Raijin to teleport to his blade and get closer to attack, just like Sasuke, but in his own unique way. The second signature move that Sasuke often uses in battle is his Rinnegan ability to swap places with people, living things, objects, or anything he can see. He uses this move to get closer to enemies and attack them. Sasuke also uses this ability to escape danger by swapping places when he needs to dodge an enemy's attack. Boruto has found a way to do this same move using the Flying Raijin Jutsu. However, Boruto is limited. He can only teleport to metal objects that he has marked with his chakra. Still, in his fight against Jura, Boruto used this technique in a very similar way to Sasuke, teleporting to his marked metal weapons instead of swapping places with them. He used this method for both attacking and defending. The first example of this is what Boruto did right after hitting Jura with the Rasengan, which caused Jura to fall from the sky. As Jura was falling, he fired a small compressed Biju bomb at Boruto. To defend himself and get closer to Jura, Boruto used the Flying Raijin Jutsu to teleport to a shuriken he had thrown in the direction Jura was falling. From that new position, Boruto tried to attack Jura with his blade, but Jura was fast and blocked the attack. The second example is when Boruto was flying and Jura fired another small compressed Biju bomb at him. To dodge the attack and get closer to Jura again, Boruto threw a kunai at Jura. When the kunai got near Jura, Boruto used the Flying Raijin to instantly teleport to it. Once there, he tried to attack Jura with his blade, but Jura blocked it again because he was too strong. Then Boruto intentionally let go of his blade, allowing it to fall through the air beneath Jura. Boruto then quickly used the Flying Raijin Jutsu again to teleport to the fallen blade and appear right below Jura. He grabbed the blade and used it to cut Jura's foot. The third signature move Sasuke uses in battle is when he attacks with his blade and then adds Chidori lightning to the blade to electrocute his enemy mid-fight. In the fight against Jura, Boruto was clearly not as strong physically, especially when he tried to attack Jura with Kenjutsu and Jura simply grabbed Boruto's hand to stop him. To escape Jura's grip, Boruto used that same hand, the one Jura was holding, to make hand signs and release purple lightning, which electrocuted Jura and forced him to let Boruto go. These are the 3 moves that Sasuke uses, which Boruto tried to use in his fight against Jura to defeat him. But they didn't work because Jura was too strong and could easily defend against Boruto's attacks. Even though Boruto doesn't have the Rinnegan eye like Sasuke, which lets Sasuke swap places to attack or defend, Boruto has found a way to do something similar by using the Flying Jinjutsu.